See how this goes right now. Yep, just gonna see how this goes. And what's good, what's good people? How's everyone doing? Trying to get this thing working. See if it will work. All right. Well, first things first. Bobby Kotick, the CEO of Activision Blizzard, he's now officially gone. He is now officially gone. Now I don't know what this means, but I'm hoping it means that Call of Duty gets better, because I have not been enjoying Call of Duty for a while now. It's been real bad. Let's just say that it's been real bad. Like people, there's a fan base of Call of Duty that will just continuously, suck off Activision, suck off all Call of Duty games and all that stuff, and they don't realize. I mean, they know for a fact that Call of Duty has been doing like real piss poor as of late. Bobby Kotick, reign as CEO of Activision Blizzard King, is done. He was at the company for 32 years and made the company one of gaming's biggest publishers, but ultimately faced massive controversy due to alleged sexual assault at the company. Now, it's not only that. The fact that he was basically behind a whole bunch of bad decisions were pertaining to Call of Duty. I mean, everybody knows that Call of Duty has been getting like way worse, especially pertaining to people just not wanting to actually have fun with the game. They're more worried about, kill streaks and all that stuff, camping most of the time. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people can't play Call of Duty anymore. Because Call of Duty is mainly ran by the casuals who are just in it just to camp all the time. Like really, camping in the game really makes Call of Duty like less fun. Because in the game where you would see more interactions and all that stuff, it's one of those games where it makes people really just turn the game off, because it's a rage-inducing game now because of all the casual players in here that are mainly just in it just for a kill, not actually to have fun. That's one of the main problems when it pertains to Call of Duty, right? It's mainly ran by people who are just in it for the kills and not just to have fun. But yeah, hopefully with Bobby Kotick gone, he, like Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, whoever will be in charge of it now, hopefully they fix some issues when pertaining to Call of Duty and make it way more better, right? Because Bobby Kotick is one of those reasons why Call of Duty it is a really big popular franchise, but it's also one of those franchises that is the most toxic fan base, because they were put together, or they will basically defend everything that's Call of Duty, even though they know the game is lackluster from what it was back in the Black Ops 4 days. Because Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, I couldn't play Modern Warfare 1 for a whole year because they put some patch in that completely made me not be able to play the game, right? But now that he's gone, and they doing all these constant updates, and they putting out games that are not finished, even Modern Warfare 3, right? Modern Warfare 3 2023 was nowhere near as good or as great as Modern Warfare 3 in 2011 because of individuals like Bobby Kotick. They washed up the campaign. They made the multiplayer very bad. And now things like this, it's just not fun anymore playing Call of Duty. But you will have some people still shield for Call of Duty even to this day, even when they know like the game is not as good as it used to be. But it is what it is. It is what it is, people. I don't know what to say about certain individuals, right? They'll just kiss ass for a certain individual. Let's see. Well, okay, so let's go ahead and see what's up with some of these individuals that's talking about gaming, right? I'll get to some libertarianism later on, but we're gonna get into some of these fanboys because it's not been looking pretty good for 2024, right? Let's go ahead and get into
But I
this.
want to talk about first-party presence, okay?
First party presence, which a lot, I don't know.
I continue to think that those of us who want first-party roadmaps, or maybe we just want more first-party presence at events, okay? We want to see them at the showcases. We want state of plays. I think we're going to continue to be disappointed, okay? Sony is handedly winning the console distribution fight. So the PlayStation Showcase of 2023 is likely the format going forward. They don't need to focus on or really distinguish between first party and third party when they're winning so many customers to their platforms.
Even though most of Sony's best games do come from third party publishers, not really first party ones. Yeah, they may got God of War, they may have Spider-Man, but what really else is there? I mean, there are some reviews about Horizon Zero Dawn, but as far as PlayStation not PlayStation, Xbox goes, Halo, Gears of War, Hi-Fi Rush was a pretty good game. Hellblade 2, which I'm going to be playing when the release date gets announced. I'm hoping that's going to be good, and hoping they put more combat into that game, right? I'm hoping they put more combat instead of, cinematics. Not to mention Avowed, like a whole bunch of first-party games that's looking pretty great for Xbox right now, but you have a lot of individuals from the Sony side that say Sony's showcase of games is a lot more bigger, in which they can't really prove it, right?
All they have to do is promote and sell games. They're not in a position where they need to focus on making sure like big first-party games hit every quarter like Xbox is focusing on.
Well, that's not entirely true, right? Are most of the games going to come to PC? Yes, but it's still going. But the PC is still a much more bigger market than PlayStation, though, because there are probably 500 million, and I'm just speculating here. There's probably 500 million PC users out there, and Starfield. A lot of people said they ain't let the game, but Starfield did make $1 billion supposedly in profits. That's way more than Spider-Man and God of War. And when God of War got ported to PC, that's when they really saw a huge profit.
Xbox's strategy is tied to hitting games at a cadence to maintain and grow Game Pass. PlayStation's just saturating the market with hardware at a breakneck speed, and they're more focused on selling games than bolstering their subservice.
Okay, Reach Forwards. Okay.
There's nothing wrong with either strategy. They're just very different. And because of that, the cadence of first party is just, I think, going to be different for PlayStation. Now, I have to say, 2024 already looks like it's going to be a better first-party cadence than 2023.
Yeah, in Xbox case, not really in Sony's case.
You have The Last of Us 2 remaster.
That's a remaster. That's not a new game. Come on, give me a break with these remasters and I mean, yeah, Resident Evil 4 was a remake, but it added some more stuff in it to keep people intrigued. That's when everybody said, like, yo, we need more remakes like this, and the Dead Space remake that added a couple of things in. Those games were pretty well beloved. Resident Evil 4, I played that. I beat it on hardcore. I still need to play on professional. But the Last of Us 2 remake, or remaster, I mean, it's not really going to be a huge hit like it was when it first came out. And I think in 2017, it's not going to be a huge hit.
Helldivers 2, Rise of the Ronin, Stellar Blade, those are all confirmed. That's all first party. That's 4 games. That's essentially matching the cadence of Xbox's first party releases.
No, it's not, because as far as I know, there are 8 games from Xbox first party that's coming out next year. That's 8 games already. I keep on forgetting. Yeah, South of Midnight. I think you said Rise of Ronin, The Last of Us 2. Stellar Light, is it? Then, yeah, you said 4 games, and then they got like 8 coming out.
Now, you also have games that essentially function like a first-party exclusive with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
That is third party. That is made by a third party studio, Reforge. That is made by a third party studio.
And Foam Stars. So,
Foam Stars is also third party. Both of those games are Square Enix games. That's a third party publisher. It's not first party. They bought the exclusivity doesn't mean it's coming from a first party perspective.
I don't think if you're wanting them to come out in a showcase or a state of play and be like, here's an update from this company and here's an update from that company and all these different things, you're not going to get that. They're not going to be putting out first party roadmaps. We also learned from the Insomniac leak, these budgets are mushrooming and ballooning and getting too big. A great way to save money is to shrink your marketing budget, which means your marketing window is going to shrink. And I think that's better for the consumers. Just this morning, I saw an article saying that they should just show the Horizon multiplayer game because people are worried after what happened to The Last of Us Online.
Yeah, you guys remember that? I should have did a video about that, but I don't know. Everybody, especially J-Dub, from what I've seen, J-Dub was saying The Last of Us Factions is going to be coming out before Starfield and before another game. I forgot what he said about the other game was. But yeah, you got individuals like Porter Rock, J-Dub, J-Tech, Reforce Gaming, MGB, what's the other guy's name? Dreamcast guy, coping for the decision that Naughty Dog literally canceled the Last of Us Factions. You had these PlayStation content creators come out and say, oh, The Last of Us Factions is going to be a much more bigger game than anything from Xbox or anything from PC. And then when it got canceled, they didn't want to talk about it because it was going against their narrative that PlayStation knows what they're doing. If there's a bunch of games right now, like there was a whole bunch of speculation that Wolverine should have came out in 2024 because they've been working on that game for 4 years now? They've been working on Wolverine for 4 years now, and they only got a couple of screenshots and a couple of tests. It's not really a good look for PlayStation right now because right now they spent $315 million on Spider-Man 2, and I don't know how much money they're going to be putting into Wolverine, especially right now with all the let's just say big budget things the financial problems that they're going through right now. They don't want to mention that.
No, you don't show games before they're ready. You don't talk about or debut gameplay before the game is ready. You end up showing something that is utterly divorced from the final product, and it just leads to consumer dissatisfaction. Silence and smaller marketing windows, I think, is key going forward. Now, on that note, I do want to talk about 2023 from PlayStation. I'm going to continue to say that 2023 felt solid, but it did feel thinner than 2022. 2022 had the benefit of delayed games kind of flowing over and landing in it. So you had Horizon Forbidden West, you had Gran Turismo 7, you had God of War Ragnarok. That felt so solid, it felt very full. You even had timed exclusives like Stray or Ghostwire Tokyo. That kind of helps pad out the year. So this year, 2023, it just didn't feel like it kept that momentum.
I mean, the only game that PlayStation had 2023 was Spider-Man 2, the only big game that is. While Xbox had Starfield, Hi-Fi Rush, they had, what other games did they had? They had Forza Motorsport, and I think they had something else. I forgot which one it was. But they had way more games than PlayStation in 2023.
But it looks like 2024 will pick up the pace once again. My main concern is not games or cadence. That actually seems well in place for 2024 with 4 first-party titles and 2 what I guess you would call second-party titles in Foam Stars and in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's a lot of games.
Again, Foam Stars, a Splatoon knockoff. That's apparently a W in some people's eyes. A Splatoon knockoff Foam Stars. Okay.
So that's 6 games. That's basically, if you play a game every other month, you're only playing games that are exclusive to PlayStation at that point. That's not including any of the third-party games coming out. None of that's a concern. I think games and cadence looks fantastic for both platforms. Actually, we don't know what Nintendo's doing, so we'll have to wait for them. Okay? It's honestly, to me, I'm worried or concerned with or looking at the announcements and the PSVR 2. I would really like to see more first-party announcements and more first-party games for the PSVR 2, or just more quality releases. Stop letting those bad ports come over. So PlayStation in 2024 is looking good, but it's still very early and a lot could change. But that's just what I think. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what you think. Not really a good analogy. So imagine having concerns about Obsidian out on Xbox Studios. But God, but what is the roadmap for? Because I seen a glimpse of the roadmap pertaining to PlayStation games for next year. What is the roadmap? The Last of Us Remastered, The Last of Us 2 Remastered, Grand Blue Fantasy, Helldivers, Pacific Drive, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is a part 2 of the game, and Rise of Ronin. The Last of Us, again, that game has already been out. They just remastered it. Helldivers, Pacific Dive. It's not really a big thing here because 2 of those games are third party. Yeah, 2 of those games are third party. I don't get what he's trying to do here. Got it? Okay, so
as well. And the third game that I'm looking forward to, I will admit I actually have some concerns about. It is Avowed. I think the gameplay looks like it has potential, like it could be fun, but the more I've watched the gameplay trailer, the more rough that it looks. And that doesn't mean anything because this could be an early build, this could be early vertical slices or technical tests or what have you. But given their own admission about how much this game has changed while in development, it's just a cause for concern. The art style dramatically changed and they canceled co-op. I can't help but feel that that's an all too familiar thing with Xbox games as of late. Graphical degradation and feature removal. Forza Motorsport being the most recent example of this. So I hope the reasons that they gave in the mini documentary were genuine and that the game is headed for a very quality release.
Yeah, I'm not taking what this guy says seriously most of the time. But jeez. But let's just go ahead and watch this video from King Thrash.
To be even small. What up, gamers? It's your boy King Thrash back once again in the video. Remember I swear, look. I don't got time to be playing with you roach ankle level gamers. Just that low. You're that low.
What was that? What was that gargle? What was that gargle in his voice just now? What was that? I just noticed that.
On the podium, roach ankle levels of smallness. And yet somehow y'all figure a way out to be even smaller than what you currently are. It's wild out. You see, what I've noticed, and I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed that Xbox fans are just plain miserable. To the point to where they call everyone a fanboy except themselves, even though they are clearly purposely fanboying.
PlayStation guys do this exact same crap. Now, I may have an Xbox, but there are things from Xbox that I do criticize. But I also got this PC right here, so I can play Xbox, PlayStation, PC games whenever I want.
Make that shit make sense. You see, there's a reason why Xbox fans come to this channel and have to speak logically, because they're not around the people that they need to speak illogical with. You see, you're not tricking other people. You're tricking Xbox fanboys who have been, how do I make up a word that fits? Delusionalized.
Delusional. Just say delusional. Just say, oh, some Xbox fans are delusional. Just say that.
Into believing your bullshit.
But again, why does he gotta talk like this? This sounds pretty creepy. It's like that one. It's like, I don't know. It's like that one guy that approaches a woman very slowly, and then he just whispers and breathes into her ear like a creep. This is the vibe that I'm getting from this guy.
But stuff is just getting worser and worser. Yes, made up word number 2. It's getting worser out here. You see, every day that passed by is a day that an Xbox fan is realizing that King Thrash was once again right.
About what exactly?
Everything, every move they make, every song they take, I think.
Dude, it wasn't the same guy that said Factions was going to kill everything on Xbox, and that we saw what happened with Factions, right?
I forgot how the song goes. You know what I mean? Every move they do, everything that they say, everything that they have preached about has become opposite of what they preached about a year ago. It's been the same thing over, except now it's getting worse to where they have to switch up their game like every single month. Remember, Xbox One, it was like, resolution don't matter. Xbox One X, resolutions are the best. 4K 60, PlayStation is fake 4K.
I mean, that wasn't a lie. Y'all ain't really have a lot of games on 60 FPS. Not even your own first-party games with 60 FPS.
Game get canceled like Scalebound. Oh, that's okay. It deserves to be gone. The Last of Us multiplayer. Aha, ponies. Look at The Last of Us comes out. Oh, we don't like third-person adventure walking simulators. Hellblade 2 gets shown. Oh shit, it's the best shit ever. It's just the same song and dance, and it's literally a dance on a roller coaster upside down at Magic Mountain. But what up, gamers?
Jesus Christ, what the hell going on with this goddamn
Same
thing?
song and dance, and it's literally a dance on a roller coaster upside down at Magic Mountain, but the one in Colorado, because the one in California whack as fuck. You see, but what I realized is that they have absolutely nothing positive to say about the Xbox. They only have a chance to try and make PlayStation look negative. That's just where it's been, everything from the leaks. You know, Xbox fans are hilarious.
I have no idea what this guy's even talking about.
A terabyte of slides just to try and attempt to dig up some dirt through these hacks, not even leaks, hacks. And since they couldn't find stuff, they had to make stuff up to make it seem like something's bad when it's not. But not a single one of them in Xboxerdom has even come to the thought of, oh, but what about Microsoft's leaks and, you know, how that immediately affects us.
Again, what I have no idea what this guy's going on about. Can this guy just get to the freaking point?
I mean, I can go through how I break down and the main one saying stuff about it. But what make it insane to me is that if it's a negative, then why are you happy with Xbox? I mean, every single solitary one of their games are day and date on PC.
Yes, why is that a bad thing? That's how you bring in more money. Because the PC is a huge platform that brings in money. That's how Starfield was able to bring in almost $1 billion. What's wrong with that? I mean, it's not on PlayStation. It's going to be on Steam. It's going to be on Xbox Game Pass PC, which I've been playing some games on, but it's not going to be on PlayStation.
Run better on PC and are played by more PC players. Now, this isn't...
And that even goes with a lot of Sony games as well. God of War, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn. That goes with the PlayStation games as well.
Me saying, well, Xbox did it, so it's okay for Sony. Sony isn't doing that because Sony can't afford to do it. Because Sony has more to lose.
Like what?
Xbox has to buy.
Okay, so you said Sony has more to lose, but you got to give like an example. Like, what exactly does Sony has more to lose? Yes, are they going through some finance problems? Yes, but what exactly, like, you got to give an example of what Sony has to lose. You just said that they can't afford it. Like, how so?
I don't think you understand how deep that saying is. You see, where y'all done messed up is that y'all don't understand that the more you brag about Steam numbers, Xbox game on Steam, you need to realize that you are pushing forward the third-party narrative that Microsoft wants you to push forward.
I don't think this guy is just rambling nonsense. What the hell is he talking about? He's pushed Xbox games going to Steam, going to PC is apparently pushing a third-party narrative. Like how? Last time I checked, pertaining to a lot of these console fanboys, the PC is not a platform. The PC is nothing for real. Like what is King Thrash going on about?
Me seeing Spider-Man sell 1 million or less on PC is a wonderful thing. Because fuck them PC ass, bitch ass, hoe ass, stank ass niggas. I slap the literal shit out of them. Dusty ass motherfucker. Go wash your hair, nigga.
Okay, so King Thrash is an idiot. So essentially he's saying more money to the PlayStation is not a good thing for him. That's essentially what this idiot is saying. Less money for a lot of these PlayStation games means it's more of a benefit to him. Even though it was Spider-Man 1 on the PC that brought in a lot more money for Spider-Man 2. Both Spider-Man 1 remastered and Miles Morales. When those games came out on PC, it gave the PlayStation a lot more money, a lot more profit to make Spider-Man 2. Apparently to him, he's insulting the PC guys for bringing in more money because he doesn't want PC money. Okay, first of all, King Thrash, I'm gonna clip this video one day. Actually, yeah, I might end up clipping this. King Thrash, you're an idiot. No, I'm just looking right here. King Thrash, you watch this video, you're a fucking idiot. For basically saying PlayStation wanted more money, it's not a good thing for you. So you don't want your favorite brand, PlayStation, to make more money. And you see all these finance problems that they're going on right now. Or if you do see it and you don't care for it because, hey, it's all about you playing on PlayStation, then you're an idiot.
Niggas still wash their hair with baby shampoo ass, bitch ass, because the soap will sting my eyes otherwise, ass niggas. Fuck you, bitch ass niggas. If I see you on the streets, nigga, I'm robbing each and every last one of you niggas. You know it.
What an idiot.
Y'all niggas got the bread buying 4090s and then complaining about the price that your dumb ass spent on a 4090. Nigga, take the 3 resolution steps down and continue to play on that trash ass chip that you currently got, you thieving motherfuckers. But we're not talking about them.
Again, what was you talking about in general, King Thrash? Because you just made a whole bunch of insults, but didn't make no damn point. You ain't make no point here.
What I'm talking about is that how do I say this?
Go ahead.
How about you ask these Xbox fans to give you some positive Xbox news? You don't sit there and say, oh, sales don't matter, and then PlayStation outsells your fucking by 300%, 3-1. Do you understand the murder that is?
Okay, here's the thing about that. Well, y'all can take that as a brag. The console sales between the console sales and the game sales are a lot more important than the console sales because it's the games that make up more money between whether or not they could keep on producing more games when people buy more of either the physical games or the digital games. That's where the money actually comes in, and they keep on making a profit. Without you can sell the consoles, but without any games, it's pretty much a losing battle. You're in a war that you're fated to lose. Because Spider-Man 1, currently that brought in $400 million for last time I read. Starfield, if they do end up making another Starfield game, like maybe Starfield 2, they got the profits and the budget for it because with both Xbox and Steam sales, the game made $1 billion. Spider-Man 2, and that was in his first 2 months. Spider-Man is barely reaching 500 million. Now, I don't know how people takes what pertains to like a lot of these businesses, but when it pertains to a lot of these businesses that makes games like this with a with $315 million budget, in order to truly make a profit in these companies' eyes, they need to make like more than that, like way like twice as much money that they put into the budget. That's what they see as a real profit. And when Spider-Man 1 remastered and Spider-Man Miles Morales came to the PC, they saw that profit. They didn't really see the profit that pertained to PlayStation users only, because you can because first of all, those sales about PlayStation selling 50 million consoles, that's fabricated because they included the PS Portal, not the console itself. The PS Portal was only at like 31 or 32 million sales. They added the PlayStation Portable sales, and nobody's really enjoying the PlayStation Portable. Nobody's really enjoying the PlayStation Portable because it's basically it's basically a ripoff. The PS Vita was actually a much more better handheld device than the PlayStation Portal, but a lot of people don't see it like that because it's all about controlling the standard.
They don't make these hardwares to not make money, bro. They don't. It's not okay to be irrelevant. Shit. And that's exactly what Sarah Bond said. She said that they are trying to get relevancy. They are trying to find a way to be relevant in gaming, and they are getting more and more irrelevant.
Is that really the case? Okay, so let's go in and because last time, let's go ahead and read this up. Let's Game Pass. Messing up here. How many game? So 20. Okay, so it's 25 game. It's 25 million Game Pass use. Oh, this is in January. Okay, so here we go. So over 30 million subscribers according to LinkedIn profile. So 30 million subscribers. Okay, let's go ahead and go. Let me go ahead and get this calculator real quick. So that's 30. So that's 30 million users, right? So we go. Okay, so I'm actually going to decrease it. Let's go ahead and let's do 30 million Xbox Game Pass users and multiply that by 12.99. Okay, that's $389,700,000. Now let's go ahead and multiply that by a month, which would be 30 days, right? No, my bad. I messed that up. I messed that up. So 389. Yeah, right there. Let's go. So let's go ahead and multiply that by 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. That's over $1 billion right there that Xbox Game Pass is making them in profit from both the Xbox consoles and the PC, right? In the PC market. In 3 months, they made over $1 billion, which means Xbox is making profit. And you see this when Xbox is going to, the PC market, the console market, the phones, tablets. They're making a huge profit off of Game Pass. In just 3 months, for Xbox Microsoft, they made over $1 billion. That's a profit. They're actually pretty relevant. So I don't know what King Thrash here is talking about, but Xbox Game Pass is pretty relevant.
Xbox launched 3 games or 4 this year, and still sold less consoles than they did last year when they had absolutely nothing.
But they made way more money than Sony. You're not using your critical thinking, King Thrash. Xbox made way more money than Sony has ever did. Pertaining to last year, I mean. In 3 months alone, they made $1 billion. And that did not even include the digital game sales. That includes people playing on their phones. That includes people playing on their tablets, on the PCs. that doesn't include any of those from pertaining to game sales. Game Pass alone, you with that rental service, which is a pretty good service, I will say that, made $1 billion in 3 months. Now imagine that amount of money in a whole year when they make $389 million in a month. Multiply that by 12. As a matter of fact, I'll do that right here. So, yeah, 3, 8, boop, bam, 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 times 12. That's nearly $5 billion right there. That's nearly $5 billion in the whole year that Xbox is making from Xbox Game Pass. They're making a much more bigger profit than Sony. Now, let's keep on going with this.
You understand that? Do you understand? Do you get the concern that they gave you Game Pass, nigga? Do you understand that shows that not only is Game Pass unattractive to gamers, but so is Xbox games? Because if Xbox games were attractive, then it would have caused more people during the Christmas season to buy Xboxes to get these games on Game Pass, because they didn't have to spend $60. They could just pay $15 or $17 a month to play these trash ass games. But no matter how,
I just did the math, right? Some of y'all just saw me did the math, right? 30 million Xbox Game Pass users made over a whole year, $4 billion. Y'all saw me do the math, right? So what this guy's saying is completely another bullshit.
how much you push it forward, nigga, they shit trash. No matter how much you try to pretend that it ain't, they shit trash. You are forcing yourself to play through trash just to say, I'm playing this game, I like it.
So games like Liza P, games like Hi-Fi Rush, games like Starfield, which is mid, games like Dishonored, games like what else is that I'm playing right now? The Yakuza games, right? Games like that is trash on Game Pass. Is he for real right now?
That's how trash it is. You have to ignore all the flaws.
Not to mention the indie games and the AA games on Game Pass, which a lot of people play as well. That's trash. He's only calling it trash because it's not made by PlayStation. If PlayStation did this exact same thing, which they are thinking about doing, he would be praising it.
Just to say you like it. And you want to know how I know that you don't like it?
Not to mention, I could play all these great games and save money. How is that an L take? Think about it. How is me saving money and playing great games an L take? I've seen on freaking Twitter or X, whatever the hell they call it nowadays, where a lot of individuals said, oh, they would rather pay like $100 or $200 for a game instead of going to Game Pass, and where they can save money. I don't see how that's a W. You wasting more money than actually saving it. You gotta think smarter, not more dumber.
Because you will point out the flaws in games that are 10 times better than those.
Like which one? Because The Last of Us, I seen the gameplay for Last of Us 1 and 2. I'm not seeing the hype there that a lot of people have been saying. God of War, it looks good, but now where I'm gonna pay $500 for a PlayStation for just that $160, $70 game. Spider-Man, I just play it on PC. I just play it on my PC, which I haven't even bought yet. And God of War Ragnarok, no, I'm sorry. Spider-Man 2 is apparently, from what I've heard, is coming out on PC in March of next year. So definitely don't need no PlayStation for that.
That's how I know. You know what trash look like. Because when you see great games, you point out the little flaws that it has to try to say that it's trash. But
I mean, the only game on PlayStation for real that I would say that I actually want is Bloodborne. And that was during the PS4 era. Bloodborne is literally the only game on PlayStation that I would like to play because I like Souls games.
But meanwhile, you play trash games and ignore the more bigger flaws that make the game trash in the first place.
Okay, so he's not mentioning those trash games that he's apparently say like Xbox likes creating. Like, what trash games are you talking about?
And then say it's great. And at the end of the day, the results are what matters. Motherfucker, Starfield, they say you can't talk about Starfield. Why are you PlayStation fans? You still talking about... Yes, I will be talking about Starfield for the remainder of the generation, bitch, because that is the game that you have proclaimed to be game of the generation.
First of all, it was Todd Howard that pretty much said that. A lot of people on Xbox or on social media have not been saying that. It's mainly been Todd Howard that was mainly saying that.
Time you think you got some good news, you get some bad news behind it. And so when you hear the good news part, you loud about it, but then quiet about it once the bad part of the reality of the situation comes through. For example, on Steam, it made this platinum list. And people like, yeah, I told you it sold well even with Game Pass. I told all of a sudden sales matter again, remember?
The game sales matter. The game sales matter more than the console sales. That point is true. The game sales matter more than the console sales. And see, the consoles can sell, but if you ain't got no games to play on said console, it was just a waste of money. That's why Game Pass was a pretty big alternative. In case Xbox didn't have any games made, they could have had all these other creators come on their platform and put their games out. And people can either rent them or buy them.
Sales matter. Y'all said it was about monthly active users or what the fuck not, right? Users.
It does. It does matter. The monthly users, 30 million users. Okay, and then I rounded up to $12.99. That was nearly $400 million. That itself made just as much money as Spider-Man in this first month. And in 3 months, that made it over $1 billion. So Game Pass made way more money than Spider-Man in 3 months. And Spider-Man is not going to ever touch, Spider-Man 2 is never going to touch that amount of revenue.
Users and players, oh no, but then you don't realize that it's also Steam's most returned game in history. And you say absolutely nothing about it.
Okay, I'm gonna need some evidence about this, because he didn't bring any actual evidence in this at all. He didn't bring no leaks. He didn't bring no stats. He didn't bring no website. He didn't bring none of that.
Nigga, Microsoft is throttling their way through this. The more you idiots...
Right, the $1 trillion company Microsoft is struggling through one game. The $1 trillion Microsoft is struggling over one game. How much of an idiot do you have to be to actually believe this?
Talk about how great something sells on Steam, the more you're giving Microsoft reason to leave Xbox in the dust. You see, and I can't wait. Because everything lining up with 2027 a little bit suspiciously. You know what I'm saying? Like, just a little bit suspicious.
Why is the guy gotta talk like this? He talks like it.
You know what I'm saying? 2027, Xbox ain't got his shit right, well, we just gonna skip out on the motherfucking Xbox. Blade slated to come out in 2027. That shit might be a PlayStation exclusive on you bitch ass niggas, dog.
Did he forget that game is being made by Bethesda? Who owns Bethesda? Microsoft or Sony? Oh yeah, Microsoft.
Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny?
Yeah, I'm getting tired of listening to this guy. This guy's an idiot. This guy is this guy is stupid. He really is. Okay, let's see what else we got here. But yeah, this guy has absolutely no idea what the hell he's talking about. He's just sprouting out nonsense. He is just sprouting out nonsense, guys. Let's see. Let's see what else we got here, people. Hey, here go King Thrash right here. This is 8 days ago. My bad.
So
This was 8 days ago. Okay. I don't get what King Thrash was trying to say there. But what he was saying in general was a pretty bad take. Actually, it was a pretty stupid take because he had no idea what the hell he was talking about. Okay, let's go ahead and go to JTech TV. See what he's talking about. Because apparently he ended up switching over to Xbox for some stupid ass reason. Oh yeah, I forgot. He ends up doing freaking 4-hour streams nowadays because he doesn't want people criticizing him for some of his single takes. So he does streams now because people don't really watch him. Don't really watch his individual videos. I mean, bro, at some point you gotta be like, hey, okay, you gotta be able to take the heat because right now you're not taking the heat. Yeah, never mind. Let's just skip past this guy because both King Thrash and J Dub, actually yeah, J Dub, Nintendo, yeah, I don't know what's going on with these guys. Let's see what we got here. Oh, what the heck is this? All that for a spider? all that for a damn spider, man. Come on. I mean that spider was big as hell. That spider was big as hell. I ain't gonna lie. If you won't vote Democrat, I'll flood the country with people who will. Yeah, that's pretty much what he did. Let's see. Is this not the libertarian philosophy? Have been duped by literal with Brenda's sadism, or am I missing something? What the hell is he talking about? Yeah, does Melanie Mack see libertarianism as Satanism? That's not. What the hell? What the hell is Melanie Mack talking about? I agree with property rights and such, but does not that philosophy also apply to other social matters such as porn, gay marriage, prostitution, satanic shrines? What? No. What is Melanie Mack talking about? Yeah, she's definitely missing something about libertarianism. Like she believes that libertarianism is catering to Satanism. Is that what she's talking about? How the hell did she get from that? I agree. Okay, yes, libertarians don't believe you can initiate violence against sinners any more than Jesus did. This does not condone such behavior, and you be perfectly within your rights to live in communities that contractually ban it. I never mentioned violence. Banning porn would not be violence. If it's done voluntarily and through contracts, it doesn't require violence. If it is done involuntarily, then men with guns would need to use violence to stop consenting adults from doing it. The state is violence at the core. There are many laws that are enforced without violence, like driving over the speed limit, for example. What? All laws are backed by violence. Just walk through what happens if I refuse to pay. If I resist forcefully enough, the guns come out. In my opinion, the only political philosophy that aligns with the message of Jesus is libertarianism. It's the only one that prohibits initiatory violence. So you're saying there should be no laws at all then? No laws. Everything should be handed contractually and voluntarily. You'd be perfectly free in a libertarian societal order to live in a community that bans whatever you want. You just can't force people who live in other communities to live under your rules if you don't disagree. That sounds like an impossible mess. See, that's that Democrat Republican two-party BS that a lot of people be sprouting. You literally see Javier Milei in Argentina. I'm sorry, is it Argentina? Yeah, I think it's Argentina. He's literally doing a whole bunch of things that a lot of these Republicans and Democrats say was not even possible, right? Melanie Mack and a whole bunch of these other Republicans out here saying like, oh, what Javier Milei is doing is completely bad for the people. But then when they saw a whole country being ran by socialists with socialist policies, a lot of people broke, hungry, starving. Javier Milei did things that they said they were going to be doing. All of a sudden, it's impossible, right? Get the fuck out of here. Why is it a mess that every say county, even neighborhoods have different rules? It's just decentralization. True. Would you have a problem with a system of independent cities like Singapore that have their own rules? All those rules eventually come down to force by guns. There isn't a single community that can get away with everything being voluntary. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. If you decentralize the government has less power to come in and just do whatever they please. This pertains to black communities. It pertains to white communities. This pertains to Hispanic communities. If everything is done in that one community, it can get done. If everybody has some type of agreement in that one community, it can be done. I mean, isn't that what democracy pretty much is? Everybody has like a voluntary take instead of like just a whole country decided like how you can do things, what you can do. That's literally what freaking President Biden freaking that dementia patient Biden and the orange man Trump did pertaining to a lot of policies. The whole bump stock ban that Trump did. That's gun control. And aren't Republicans all about, aren't they against gun control? Donald Trump literally promoted the bump stock ban. That's gun control right there, and that was all for it. You can use violence as self-defense. Singapore or I don't know how to pronounce that are the closest and perfect examples. Private property rights must be enforced and respected. For that, violence is defensive, so perfectly justified. I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yeah, as long as it's within your rights, as long as it's within your property, a property that you got yourself, you end up buying yourself or building yourself, as long as you don't enact any violence towards other people, it's all good. But when someone tried to come in and try to take it from you, then in a self-defense reason, violence is necessary. That's where it comes to the picture. It's not about just coming in and just pointing a gun to somebody's head and then be like, this property is mine now. That's not how it works. That's more of a state thing. That's what the state pretty much promotes. If you don't want to do what we tell you to do, we're gonna come and gather your property by force. We're gonna have the police come in and basically just toss you out of your own home, or we're gonna have the corrupt system give you like a heavy ass fine. And if you don't contribute by those fines, then yeah, we're gonna have the police come in, kick your damn door down, and basically take your life if you don't want to comply with what we do. That's full-blown statism. That is violence right there. Melanie Mack, yeah, she should look more into libertarianism. She should talk to Eric July about it. Because what she thinks Satanism goes with libertarian philosophy? No. That's not how it goes right here. Okay, so President took the stage at his girlfriend Fatima Flores show in Mar del Plata. We are going to stand up and we are going to come out strong. Yeah, okay, yeah. As a matter of fact, here's a lot of things that there's a lot of Republicans be like, oh, libertarianism is not libertarianism is not compatible with what we're doing. It's just not possible. Everything that libertarians promote is not possible. What's that post at? Where's that post at? Yeah, Javier Milei. Javier Milei. These freaking chicken shit conservatives or chicken shit Republicans talk about things that Milei do. It's just not possible. And Milei is literally in their faces being like, yes, it's possible. You guys are just protecting the state. That's literally what you guys are doing. You're protecting the state. What's that freaking post at? I want to find something that's thousands of protests against economic reforms. Okay, so they there was something in here. Forgot what it was at. Yeah. Okay, here it is. 18 days ago, President Javier Milei was inaugurated in Argentina. Yeah, well, since then, eliminated 12 out of 21 cabinet posts, firing 5,000 government employees, ending 300K government regulations, banned woke language in the military, bill to affirm the right to self-defense, bill to legalize homeschooling for kids, proposal to punish all riot organizers, future welfare cuts for road blocking, legalize paying contracts in Bitcoin, privatization of state-run companies, open up the Argentina oil industry. So these are things that he did and that he's bringing up in 18 days. The Republican Party gets in office for 4 years. Apparently, they can't do it because of Congress. All these are executive. Like we saw freaking Joe Biden do 300 or 200 executive orders on his first day. And people saying Trump couldn't get it done because he was blocked by the Democrats. Here's a guy right here whose main demographic who was going against him was socialists. And Javier Milei said, screw that, I'm doing this. You socialists are idiots. You seen what happened with Argentina. A lot of people poor, hungry, homeless. They can barely work. Education is bad. I'm here to actually fix that. And that's what he did. Look, yeah, being libertarian. I know a party like this in America. It isn't the Republican Party. That's whispers. Elon Musk. Wow. I don't know that there's a government. So Argentina Javier Milei confirms he will shut down the central bank. New Argentina eliminates women, gender, and diversity ministry. Okay. No. The U.S. needs a president like Javier Milei who will cut government back by 90%, get the power back to the American people. Trump is that man. No, he's not. He literally had 4 years for that. Trump literally had 4 years to do that. Didn't happen.
La Argentina.
You know what? Let me not play this because I don't want to get a copyright shot that had this video get taken down. But yeah. Hand Trump the chainsaw 2025. Trump had 4 years. Javier literally got there in 20 days. Or not, maybe more than that. And he did way more in libertarianism than anybody did in the United States. Javier is that guy that Argentina needs. And yeah, we need this kind of guy in the United States as well. Everybody's saying we need Trump. Trump is that guy that Javier is. Trump is not a libertarian. Trump is not a libertarian. He's not doing any of this. All right, let's go and get back to let's go and get back to the gaming. What was I at right now? Not listening to J Tech or any of these guys right here.
Even though it seems like I take glee in the fact without one game.
Okay, let's go and listen to King Davis.
What's up with these dudes, man? How the hell y'all gonna get a group of gamers together? You're gonna have your own awards for PlayStation, and Spider-Man wins. You only put out one game. How the hell else did anything else is gonna win? And King, other games was nominated. What games? They didn't put out nothing else but Spider-Man 2. So how the hell else anything else is gonna win? Y'all dudes is a bunch of Karens. You're crazy. Y'all can't accept it. Y'all 7-time losers. You had 7 nominations on the official awards. Your joint ain't official. If Microsoft will pull this stuff, you guys will be all over us, man. Get out of here. That's fake. He's a loser, man. Just chalk it up, man. Your game was whack. You a loser. Nobody voted for you, man. 7 times. 7 times. Let's get into these topics because y'all guys pissed me off early. You got me out of character early. Y'all had to get the woo-wop bang. Let's get into these topics, bro. Next subject is because the next subject deals with developers that have been compromised during this holiday season. And even though it seems like I take glee in the fact that they were hacked, I don't. I think $1 billion company should be able to provide enough internet security to fight back any hackers. Shout out to Ubisoft. Heard you guys fought back those hackers and minimized whatever leaks that did happen and what did transpire. And yeah, you didn't give in to the cybernetic terrorists that are infesting our medium that we love. But how does that $1 billion company defend when the other $1 billion company couldn't defend? It's strange. It's strange fruit because the amount of hacks that has transpired with Sony is crazy. But yo, if this is your first time catching this channel, this is your boy, the King. And today I'm wearing another grown woman gaming shirt, and I believe this is their 4 avatars.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, you guys liking the stream, man? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's going to be my last stream before 2023 ends. I wanted to at least stream with you guys on some gaming and libertarianism, which I've been doing both. I've just been talking about gaming more, and hope everybody enjoys the show.
And it's dope. I love the feel of their shirts. Pause. It's nice. It's comfy. Go check out their merch store. And oh my God, Xbox Frontline News merch store is up, so you can go check out. You can't save Kong. Kong will die. You can become part of the flight team. Go check that out. Or you can become part of the green team. Frontline. Canon News is showing up. We Are Legion is showing up. There's a ton of stuff that's in the works that, you know, you're going to love. Try to Play the Game Pass is in there. We have dog tags. A lot of people was asking me like, yo, King, how can we get dog tags? Dog tags is in the merch store. Go get your dog tags. If you're not a shirt person or whatever, you know, mugs or whatever, we have mugs and cups. America of an infinity size, what, like 50 away from 6,000? We are the secret studio. And the secret studio is being built by former Deviation Games, like James Bolden. How I see it with their games of service, I believe that it's going to be a games of service studio. One of the studios, so you have like I think it's what is like Fire Sprite is one of them, and you know you have Bungie that can be helping out, and you have Deviation Games. I think this is the studio that's going to try to make a game to go against Call of Duty. I think this studio, with their level of expertise, would bring something to go against the juggernaut that Microsoft has acquired that is going to win them NPD for untold years.
Okay, yeah, here it is right here. Just had to look this up real quick. Sony profits launched 29% on chip weakness, but maintains 25 million until PlayStation 5 target. Okay, so Sony on Thursday reported a 29% drop in operating profit in the fiscal second quarter as the Japanese electronics giant suffered from weakness in its Imaging or chip business. Here's how Sony did the supermarket versus LSEG consensus estimates. Revenue 2.8 trillion yen, 18.5 billion versus 2.87 trillion yen expected. That represents an 8% increase year over year. Operating profit 263 billion Japanese yen versus 204.4 billion yen expected. Sales forecast during the slotted profit. The company said profit in its chip division fell over 28% in its fiscal second quarter. Sony supplies camera chips to consumer technology manufacturing giants and Apple, which uses its semiconductors in its iPhones. So Sony is going towards Apple in order to try to gain some money, right? They've been going towards Apple for a long time. Sony also attributed to improvement to its revenue forecast to anticipate a bumper performance in the video games, music, and imaging and sensing solutions businesses. Sony is expecting its games and network services business, which is responsible for its popular places and console. So the game studios, gaming networks to receive higher than expected sales in the full year boosted performance. The company has seen a strong start to its newly released Marvel Spider-Man 2 game, which is exclusive to PlayStation. The game sold more than 2.5 copies, which is more than that right now. Sony said it sold 4.9 million PlayStation 5 units in its fiscal quarter, up from 3.3 billion sold in its fiscal quarter. The company said in its earnings call it expects PlayStation 5 to hit its target of 25 million units shipped sold, in which they escalated that number with the PlayStation Portal. They added the PlayStation Portal in that number. That's an important milestone as analysts and investors were watching for Sony's PS5 performance closely. Sony was so calm after Nintendo earlier this week reported better than expected sales and profit for its fiscal second year Thursday, as it got boost from the Super Mario Bros. Movie and highly anticipated May release of the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. In an interview, Sony's Eric Lempel said that this will mark the first year the PS5 is fully stocked at the shortages that plagued the company in 2021 due to supply chain constraints. Thursday results follow a fiscal first year court, which saw Sony report a 33% in revenue year to year to 3 trillion Japanese yen, but a 31% year-on-year profit. A 31% year-on-year drop in profit to 253 billion yen. The company at the time cited weaknesses in its financial services and pictures division, which saw a small slump at the back of strikes carried out by the Writers Guild of America and other unions, and protests against using artificial intelligence, AI, to generate movie scripts. Sony said that it expects the strike to have an impact on the next financial year, but the firm is engaging in cost control measures to minimize it. So right there, you seen it here first. They may be selling the consoles, but the game market is not really doing. But I mean the gaming market is kind of dropping right now because of the strikes that happen. So they're going through some finance problems where they had to they had to pay some people in order to try to get them happy. But yeah, that's what's going on right now.
Years that's going to win them fiscal periods until Microsoft goes out of business. I believe this is what they're going to try to do in order to stop this juggernaut that Microsoft has acquired. See, the problem with that is Microsoft has an already made foundation. This is an unknown quantity. So they have to build a fan base, and hopefully they get a chance to do so. Hopefully that is something that is allowed to happen, that is allowed to grow organically. You see what I did there? It's allowed to be something that it wasn't. I don't think the fan base at the PlayStation side is used to multiplayer games. I don't think they know how to engage. They weren't cultivated in that environment of, being part of a team. I believe that the PlayStation fan base is more like a spoiled brat. Like you have a single child and then you introduce another child into the situation, or you force them to have to share. I believe that's their fan base. Their fan base is, we don't want to share because they don't want their titles on PC. They don't want their titles on mobile. Plot twist. My next topic is going to address what you don't want fears. Your fears. This is hashtag keep that boot on your neck, no PlayStation 6. You know how we do. We here with that. That's not going to change. KNN News will always report the news how we see fit. And this rumor is kind of interesting. It's something that gives you thought. I would like to see down in the comments who feels that they even have a chance against Warzone, Call of Duty. How dare they? You really gonna try this, huh? You didn't learn, huh? I see. We gotta put in this work then, huh? You wanna come test the rocket launcher? A real bad man, them Call of Duty beat. Real bad man. You better bring your best, your A game. Deviation games, I don't think that's it, buddy. For the big show on Friday, where everybody's gonna come out, we're gonna talk all this gaming stuff and what's been going on in the end of the year stuff. We're gonna have a nice celebration.
Here's something else, great. Argentina President Javier Milei would cancel a $180 million welfare program after investigators found some beneficiaries were using their benefits to fund lavish lifestyles, traveling across the world on planes and yachts. Now, this is something that we already knew that's especially happening in the United States. He is just like Trump. No, he's not. Stop saying that. A man of his word and doing what he said he would do. These are looking amazing for Argentina. Why people? Oh God, I'm getting a headache from these guys. No, Javier Milei is not Trump. He's actually better because he led on libertarian principles and he's doing things the libertarian way. Actually doing what he promised he was going to do: cut costs from a whole bunch of government programs. Trump didn't really do that.
There will be coins given out. Shout out to Ben of Fan Art. What is this? It says Supra ET Ultra. This is Starfield coin. And we have the Xbox 5-star General coin, the Hold the Line coin. It's a part of history, everybody. If you was into the situation, you was a part of history. You'd be able to sit the coin up inside the box like this to display your fandom, to display your part of Xbox Frontline News. And we're gonna have different things, different ways that we're gonna give it out. If you're a member, we're gonna spin the dial for the members. We're also gonna be giving away a statue, that saber-tooth Bowen statue. So if you're a member, we'll be spinning the dial on that. We're going to be spinning the dial on the giveaway of the coins. I'll be shipping that stuff out to you. And I think this is the perfect time to talk about our sponsor at Xbox Frontline News. Are you tired of your gamer pick? Or you just want to snazz it up? You want to jazz it up? You want to make it something that is more personal to you, more identifiable to your gamer tag itself, not them generic avatars? Well, Xbox Gamer Picks got you. And more importantly, the graphic god got you. The only limitation is your imagination. So, I would like for you to go to the description below to xboxgamerpicks.com and start your beautiful avatar journey with the graphic god himself. Have fun, because I'm going to tell you right now, he's the only person that I truly work with the majority of my stuff. I mean, we have dedicated, dope artists in the community, but graphic god really gets my vision, the most of the time. He actually, I don't know, his level of professionalism, speed of delivery, courtesy. You'll love to work with him. So, this next topic is kind of crazy. Remember when Xbox was telling you they wanted to be on every screen possible to get to 8 billion players? Started with 3 billion that's inside your cell phone, your PC, your laptops, anywhere you have a screen. I haven't seen people playing games on their Tesla. I saw Xbox Game Pass on somebody's Tesla. I don't know how they hacked it, but it is what it is. KNN News. You want my source? KNN News is the source. All right. So I'm like, PlayStation is trying to do that. Wouldn't that make them third party? Like if everybody was talking about Microsoft going third party and Microsoft spend $100 billion, you said Sony probably spend the most, 10 billion, the most in everything that they acquired, the most, 10 billion. And the most of that money went to Bungie. I'm not even gonna say 10 billion. Probably the most they've spent in total in all their studios is probably like 7 billion. That's a spit in the bucket to whatever Microsoft did. But Microsoft is gonna be third party. So let's check this out. Sony wants to be third party. Through the paperwork, through the leaks, the leaks that keep on giving, we found out that they want to be just like big old bro, Microsoft, Xbox. We love that. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Flatter us. So through the documentation, you see they want to be on mobile screens. They want to be on PC. They want to be on anywhere that a PlayStation app. Hashtag keep the boot on their neck. No PlayStation 6. You know what we do over here. You will be an app. That stuff is real. The writing is on the wall. Jim Ryan talked about that the PlayStation 5 could possibly be the last console for the PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I was just talking about this earlier. Jim Ryan, PS5 last. Yeah, I was just talking about this. After Jim Ryan basically got fired. Yeah, he pretty much got fired. Yeah. News came out that that Jim Ryan said the PS5 may be the last PlayStation game that comes from Sony. Yeah, let me go. Yeah, PS5 last console for Sony. Now, this is just a rumor though. It's just a rumor. But I'm trying to find this freaking article. Yeah. Yeah, okay, here it is right here. Here it is right here. This is, even though this is from 2020, there was an updated one. Sony admits PS5 could be its last console, but it's not all bad news. Sony is matching the price point of the Xbox Series X, blah, blah, blah. The timing to release for what could potentially be the company's final PlayStation makes sense. Due to the prolonged pandemic, the gaming industry is booming. Newzoo analysts estimate the gaming console market to be worth around $45 billion, and the demand for online games is surging. The launch of the PS4 puts Sony in a direct competition with Microsoft to take on the game market by the year's end. Citigroup also believes PS5 will be the last, but it can be optimistic. According to Koda Izawa, a Citigroup analyst, said the bank also believes the PS5 will be the last console. According to Izawa, games will likely be played entirely online for PS6, predicting a switch to online gaming. It takes significant resources to build new consoles like smartphones. There's a plateau of growth with hardware. New consoles can only be so much better than previous ones when they are already equipped with high specifications. Eventually, Goldman Sachs analyst Minami Murukata foresees Sony launching a disc-free PS5 that would kickstart a digital-only gaming console market, the analyst says. And people who truly believe that this wasn't going to freaking happen, right? The PlayStation, Sony is going towards the digital market just like Microsoft with the Xbox Series S. They're going full-blown digital. Some people truly believe that this wouldn't be a thing, right? So I don't know what these people were talking about, but yes, Sony is in fact going all digital. It's not just a Microsoft thing that a lot of people want to believe, but yes, that's an actual thing.
I believe you, Jim. I believe you. Sure as you selling your stock, I believe the hell out of you. Because why would you, right? If you're having record sales, why would you sell your stock? I wouldn't sell my stock. I mean, listen, it's not like you running from a building that's on fire, right, Jim? It's not like you doing that. It's not like you got fired or anything. Like you was the most successful, right? Yeah, about that. So, I told you before, ambition is crazy. I believe Sony goes the route of a third party at some point in time with the PlayStation app. Their games are wonderful. Stick to making games. Forget the hardware.
Oh yeah, and I was also brought to this. I forgot about this. Let me go ahead and zoom this in so you guys can see it. How PlayStation going the whole exclusive route has not really been helping them out. Yeah, they sold copies, but doesn't mean it's actually happening. The top 30 best-selling PlayStation Plus games of all time, since not all the sales are up to date for every game, this list will probably look a bit different, but this is the best we have to go off of. Horizon Zero Dawn was a juggernaut, though I doubt FW catches up to it. So this it goes to show that a lot of these PlayStation guys don't even play their own games, right? Like when it pertains to Xbox games, yeah, Xbox gamers, yeah, they play their games among other games they play. But for what we've seen from this list, a lot of PlayStation units have not been doing the amount of numbers that they think, especially since they apparently have sold 30 billion PS4s or 25 million PS4s, and it has worked out for some numbers, but not as much of the numbers where they can get to like the main demographic or what they can get to. Because right now, Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War 2018 for both PS4 and PlayStation has sold over 23 million copies. And Marvel Spider-Man by itself, 22 million copies. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, 18 million copies. The same thing with The Last of Us Remastered, 18 million. God of War Ragnarok, 15 million. Gran Turismo 3 for the PS2, 14.89 million. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, 14.4 million. Gran Turismo for the PS4, Turismo 5, PS3, PS2, and PS1. A little under 13 million. So some of these PlayStation 2 games are sold more better than some of these PS4 and PS3 games. Gran Turismo PS4, PS5, 9.73 million. Uncharted Collection for PS4, 9.68 million. Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception, PS3, 9.60 million. It's still beating some of these PS4 games like the Ratchet & Clank remake and the God of War 3 DLC. Remastered, my bad. Days Gone, Detroit Being Human, 9 million units. Horizon Forbidden West for the PS4 and PS5, 8.4 million units. The Last of Us for the PS3, 8.4 million. So the PS3 version of The Last of Us sold way less than the PS4 The Last of Us Remastered. Now, those numbers seem a little skeptical to me. But let's go to God of War for the PS3. 7.9 million. Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back, PS1. 7.58 million. Bloodborne, the game that I actually want to play on the PlayStation side, that I'm hoping they put the PC, which I'm probably not going to freaking happen. Bloodborne for the PS4 sold 7.46 million. Crash Bandicoot War for the PS1 sold more than the Ratchet Clank remake and sold more than the God of War 3 remastered. And Marvel Spider-Man 2, I mean, this needs to be updated, yes. Yeah, this definitely needs to be updated. It sold 6.1 million units for $70. I don't know if it says like if it's physical or digital, but yeah. So let's go ahead, and there's also another graph right here. So we gonna see. And yes, Nintendo does beat PlayStation a lot by a whole bunch of unit sales, and the fact that some PlayStation users don't see Nintendo as a contender in the console war to go to show like it's just a Xbox and PlayStation thing. They don't look at freaking Nintendo. Mario Kart X Deluxe, 57 million. Animal Crossing New Horizon, 43 million. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, 32 million. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, 31 million. Super Mario Odyssey, 26 million. 26.95 million. Pokemon Sword and Shield, 26.02 million. Pokemon Scarlet Violet, 23.23 million. Super Mario Party, 19.66 million. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, 19.50 million. And New Mario Bros. U Deluxe, 16.70 million. So we got 5 games, actually 6 games alone, that beats every PlayStation game that's ever came out. Now, the reason why Nintendo is not worried is because they are making a tremendous amount of profits off of $60, $70 games, right? But and Nintendo, I would say, wait, hold up. What's the net value for Nintendo? Let me go ahead and look this up real quick. Nintendo, I don't know. Nintendo profits. So 12.99 billion. Wait, hold up. Hopefully I'm reading that right. Okay, so Nintendo reportedly 432.7 billion yen in 2023. This was from November. But how much is that in American dollars? 1.6 trillion bin. Okay, so what is that in American dollars though? I'm trying to find this. Nintendo sold software sales totaled 213.96 million units for the year ended March 31, down 9.9% year on year. Nintendo said Tears of the Kingdom, which did 340 billion yen in the year ended March 24th. Okay, so that's 12.9. Sony profits. Why is it? Sony gross September 30th, 2023, 5.94 billion. Okay, let's go back to Nintendo. What's it saying? 599.5 million. Wait, what? No, this has got to be old right here. Sales 2.2 billion. Net profit, meanwhile, stood at 90.3 billion yen, ahead of its 75.7 billion yen. Okay, so it was ahead. So Nintendo's Japanese yen 2.2 billion they made, and this was from November 7th. While Sony profits 32.3 billion, a 10.95 decline from 2022. So they did lose some money, but they are selling a lot more units. Compare how much profit each game made. PS games have most likely been more expensive to make. Good point. Plus, Nintendo games usually hold their price for much longer than Sony titles. Historically, PlayStation games tend to go on sale much quicker than the average Nintendo game. You mean so I'm trying to see like what actually is here for me to see. I'm trying to figure this out. Also, it's fair to say that Horizon might be the avatar of game industry. Keep pushing the power of the consoles and is a showpiece game. Little to no memorable characters. Despite its sales success, it feels like it has no major cultural relevance amongst gamers. Yes, Horizon Zero Dawn PS5 remake being developed outside of Guerrilla Games rumor. Yeah, full list, right? Yeah. So, whenever this whole console war thing, this stupid console war thing that they be talking about, they don't look at Nintendo. They only look at PlayStation and Xbox. And right now, Nintendo is beating both PlayStation and Xbox, pertaining to game sales. And kudos to Nintendo right now, because that's good for them. It also, I don't see how, with all the with all the sales that Nintendo is getting, I still don't see how PlayStation could be the market leader with all the sales that Nintendo is getting. Maybe I'm looking at it from a wrong way. Maybe I'm not looking at it logically. But yeah, Nintendo sells way more than PlayStation does. It's not really a big gotcha because a lot of Nintendo guys are happy with what they got. Even though the profit is not as big as Xbox or Xbox or PlayStation or Sony, it's still a good number for Nintendo, especially when Nintendo only has mainly one console, right? But I digress.
We'll leave the hardware alone. You know, I see people talking about 3-1. 3-1, 3-1. We outsold you 3-1, 3-1. The three products that they're talking about is PlayStation VR, PlayStation Portable, and PlayStation 5. Yeah, you sold 3 products to 1. Shut up. How come the money's the same? So you need to sell 3 products, and all I need to sell is 1 product to make the same exact money. And actually, Microsoft makes more money, more moolah, more cash for more acquisitions. Let's get back to making you profitable. Let's look at the chart, the pie chart in which you want to obtain. And there's nothing wrong with that. Obtain this. PlayStation will become multi-plat. And they said it. The documents show it. And there's nothing wrong with it. Embrace it. Day and date should be coming soon. Next March, you will have Spider-Man 2 on PC. And then that's the end of the fiscal period. They're working on that right now. It costs like $4 million to get that out the door. They should have been doing it simultaneously. Date and date doesn't hurt anybody. It makes money across the boards. This is what you're in it for. You in it to make money. And if they were making money, they wouldn't have to gouge their community. They wouldn't have to destroy their consumer, their fan base. They would be able to give back and give meaningful services and meaningful games. But that lends to a bigger trouble, sustainability. Oh, see, we need to talk about sustainability because somebody told me that Game Pass wasn't sustainable, but single-player, story-driven narrative games were. And a lie detected.
Hey, I already did the math, guys. I already did the math. In 3 months, Xbox Game Pass makes over $1 billion. I already did the math here.
That was a lie. Oh my God. We're gonna get there. You're gonna get there kicking and screaming, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna take you there. Pause even. The last topic. It's quite a good one. It's quite a good one because it talks about the sustainability of platforms. We're going to talk about because somebody told me that Game Pass wasn't sustainable. Actually, of platforms. We're going to talk about because somebody told me that Game Pass wasn't sustainable. Actually, Somebody said, and the same person said,
Listen, if Netflix, Hulu, Max, Disney Plus made a whole bunch of money, why would Game Pass not be sustainable?
that developers didn't like Game Pass. Well, that person is leaving next school period. And revenue is down.
Physical games make up 60% of first-party unit sales for Sony. But games like Death Stranding, PS5, and Uncharted 4 physical game sales are more than 80%.
Their platform, 60%. Where revenue is up on Xbox platform. See, what is not sustainable is AAA titles that take up over $300 million in budget and keep getting grandiose in scope. They get so grandiose.
Yeah, Spider-Man cost $315 million to make, and they made $415 million back. Actually, yeah, $408 million back. If I talked about this last week, I believe. $315 million, they made $408 million back. Now that is a profit. It's just not a profit that's going to be sustainable with creating the next game, especially if it stays at that level. Especially if they Sony reportedly sold 50 million PS5s and they only sold 6.8 million units, or 7 just to round it up. That's not adding up to how many PlayStation games are out there. So these PlayStation guys are not buying these games. They sold 50 million supposedly PS5s, even though you already know they added the PlayStation Portable in that graph, and they only sold 6.8 million Spider-Man games. It might be more than that. Hold on, let me go ahead and look that up real quick. Spider-Man 2 sales. So Spider-Man 2 sales, what do you have right there? News, okay? Okay, that's Forbes. How many sales did they make? Spider-Man 2 sales more than when was this? This was November. I'm looking for some updated specs. Okay, yeah, 6.1 million copies. Yeah, so 6.1 million copies, and they got over supposedly 50 million PS5 users. That's not a win. That's definitely a loss. They made all these consoles, and nobody's really playing their games like they want them to. This is a failure. That's a failure in profit. Yeah, they made some money back, but it's not the money that they wanted. Like these big companies, these big gaming entertainment companies, they see that as a loss, not as a win.
That you have to cut things out like multiplayer in the game or significant parts to the story that could have made the story make sense. Those stuff was cut out. See what Game Pass does, Game Pass allows you.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. Shout out to King Davis for the video. I do watch King Davis right here. But yeah, a lot of things is just not adding up pertaining to some games, to some of these gamers, what they be talking about, and things like that. But like I said, man, I mean, yeah, Sony is going through some financial problems. Some people really want to go at the Xbox or even the PC market, and the PC market makes way more money than the PlayStation market. And I think they might make it a lot more. They might make the same amount of money as Microsoft. They might. Don't quote me on that one. They might. It's not really looking good for PlayStation in finance wise. You had some people tell you, "Oh, I'm being disingenuous or I'm not telling the truth in some of these takes." No, this is what's actually going on right here. PlayStation is going through some finance problems. They're spending too much in their games. $350 million for Spider-Man, and they only sold 6.1 million copies, and apparently sold 50 million units for the PS5. That's not a win. That's not a win. That's actually a loss in profit. They lost revenue in doing that because they made all these copies or all these consoles, and nobody's really, not even half their fan base is playing their game. What's more to say about this? What is there more to say about this, people? Come on, we gotta be real in some of these situations, right? Especially, I know a lot of people love the PlayStation brand. They want it to succeed, but right now, you just gotta be real with some of these takes. PlayStation is going through some financial problems. A lot of people don't want to admit it, and then they want to compare it to Microsoft, a multi-trillion-dollar company, to a billion-dollar company, Sony. Obviously, Microsoft is going to be, it's not going to be taking a huge loss because they are porting their games to PC and they are making Game Pass more susceptible or more optimized for gaming on your phone, on your tablet, and all that stuff. They did not need to build a tablet. They just build Game Pass on the phones, and people can buy one of those attachable controllers that you can get off Amazon, right? They ain't have to waste all this money on building a handheld Xbox console when they could just do it through the phone, through through the whole digital platforms and all that stuff. They was actually saving money there, what Sony was actually losing. But it's all I gotta say right there, man. Like I said, man, my last live stream of this year. Let me know what y'all think about it. Let me know what y'all think. Like the stream, comment the stream, share the stream. Just let me know. And I'll hit y'all next one. Hope everybody has a happy new year. Spend some time with your family. Get drunk. Just have a good time. And don't do anything stupid out there. All right? I'll holler at you later, man.